Oh, Hunter's baby laptop there. Not his only little child that's been out there wayward in the world, but no, the fact that it's finally been recognized by leftist idiots out there, it's only a matter of time before everything that's on there gets fully discovered and fully realized. It's already been read into congressional record thanks to Matt Gaetz. Okay, so the digging is going to continue by, motivated parties. Might not be from Congress, but eventually at one point or another, there's always just going to be that little pull the lever to initiate an impeachment, and it's going to be important at one point or another. And now CNN, because I don't know, maybe they're bracing for a fact that we could be heading for, in a few months' time at this point, President Weinbaum, who just cannot deliver a speech. Has anybody watched a Kamala Harris speech recently? Okay, she does this weird thing when she's delivering a speech, other than just having an annoying cadence and then just a nasally voice. You can get away from that, okay? You can just kind of avoid that, and you can just try to focus on what she's saying. She has a bitch of a time trying to say anything without having to say it in 4, 5, 600 words in order to get to the fucking meat of the topic that she's discovering. Like, what was it, the passage of time from a couple of weeks ago, repeating that the same, or rather multiple times over, using the same verbiage over and over and over again over the course of what would be a paragraph on a teleprompter. It was fucking weird. Okay, but also her mannerisms whenever she's talking, like, she'll stay, like, from the shoulders down, she'll stay very, very, very still at the podium, right? And then she'll just use these little vocal affectations where she just needs everybody else to agree with her because A, she doesn't believe what the fuck that she's saying, and B, she's not used to anybody taking her seriously because they know how she got the job, right? If it's not for the skin color, it's for those proficiencies. But regardless, she's up there and she's delivering her speech, and then she's just given a big nod after the end of a long soliloquy. Maybe it's the point has been made multiple times, but she'll go, right? Just always classic sign that you want either your audience to agree with what you're saying, or that you're trying to convince yourself that what you're saying is somewhat believable and not total horseshit, which is tough for that administration to try to get across, because what they're pushing is mostly a foundation of lies, a deceit, and just outright deception, if not just being patently ridiculous. So they rest on this really precarious post of the old axiom. You guys remember, okay? Don't attribute anything to malice than you can stupidity. They do both so often that you could just really just kind of throw a dart, whatever side it lands on, that's what you could just kind of attribute to. We'll get into more of that when it comes to the oil stuff in a couple of videos from now. But whatever, we're focusing directly on the laptop here that CNN finally admits, this is a couple days old, that after 532 days after the initial report, oh, it's actually real. Yeah, we got away with what we needed to, and now, because maybe we're getting to the end of the Biden presidency, I'm not hoping for it, and I'm not forecasting that either. I'm just saying they're just laying the groundwork right now in case old Uncle Joe decides to, or at least somebody is, well enough to say that, oh, did you realize Joe Biden probably has early onset Alzheimer's? I don't know if anybody else noticed that, or his dementia's flaring up, which, I don't know, is kind of facilitated by the fact that he had 2 old fucking sprinkler lines in his old dome over the past decade fucking pop loose. Imagine that! A guy who has had 2 fucking brain aneurysms has memory problems. Who would have thunk? Oh, it's just a stutter, though. CNN finally admitted on Wednesday of this week, right? So a couple days ago, that Hunter Biden's laptop from hell is authentic 532 days after the initial story broke, October 24th, 2020. Oh, it just seems like yesterday now, doesn't it? Notably calling it Russian disinformation. Oh, okay, cool. And made up at the time, over 50 heads of different intelligence departments clearly say that it bears the signs of Russian disinformation. Oh, wait, it's real? We'll just wait. Like 18 months before we just, have to acknowledge that. Just shut your fucking mouth. Meanwhile, we have more important things to push, like underage proclivities from some of our talking heads. But enough about the people who no longer work at CNN. We're talking about the people that are left. Who are they exactly? Anyways, there are a lot of issues that the Department of Justice are looking into, including, of course, this laptop, on the right wing. What? Hunter Biden's right wing, I didn't know that, has featured a lot of stories about Hunter Biden. You know, the Justice Department, noted right wing institution, CNN Evan Perez acknowledged, "We know the FBI has possession of it, and they believe it is his laptop." What tipped you off to that? All of the dick pics and cousin fucking pictures that are on there? Just saying. Or was it the credit card that said Malik Obama on it and was used to cut up cocaine? The contents are Hunter's, he said, noting Hunter's very, very bad looking corruption in Ukraine when Joe Biden was vice president. Oh, wow, they actually admitted that as much, or that as well. Thought they would just gloss over that. I'm pretty sure that they would be changing their logo to reflect Ukraine at this point, because that's the NPC update to stand with Ukraine. Still, after all the neo-Nazi shit and all the prisoner of war torture, and the fact that more regions in Ukraine want to secede and join Russia. Anyways, I don't want to tip off everything we're going to be talking about today, but might as well. John Harwood also finally revealed Hunter Biden was trading on his father's name to make a lot of money. Oh no, who could have possibly seen that coming? Anyways, another propaganda outlet, the Washington Post, admits Hunter profited $4.8 million from Chinese energy deal. A guy who has like no discernible skills or no experience in any of the fields that he got just these high-ranking positions for, filling these stuffed chairs. He got $4.8 million for his... what exactly? All of his input, all of his expertise, all of his insight. Okay, you know what? Hey, maybe he's a prodigy. He didn't need to go to school for all of those years. He didn't need to work his way up through, conventional means in order to just add his expert insight. In fact, the name Biden was secondary to the amount of value that he gave to these different firms that he worked for. Oh, wait, it was total corruption? Oh, that's what we unfortunately found out. Hunter Biden profited $4.8 million in retainer and consulting fees from Chinese energy company through 2017-2018. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That was before Joe Biden became president. There's nothing to see here whatsoever. So, okay, 2017-2018, 4 and 5 years ago, right? So what are we going to find out in 2028, 2029 about what happened during the years of 2020 through 2024? Just asking questions. The Washington Post admitted on Tuesday, after ignoring the story for 532 days after it broke in 2020, the Post finally acknowledged Joe Biden's sons performed business transactions with CEFC China Energy. This is shit that we've known about and we're talking about for at least the past 532 fucking days. Other than the fact that Joe Biden publicly said, "Oh yeah, right, I got that special prosecutor over there in Ukraine fired, man, because he was looking into business dealings where my son works. Yeah, nothing funny about that, right? Oh no, wait, that wasn't about that. He was corrupt and he was working with Putin." Cool. Even back in 2016, huh? Yeah, that's nice. Cool. Continue to push that, right? In the process of reporting Hunter's corrupt business dealings, the paper also confirmed Hunter previously reported fake laptop was indeed Hunter's laptop from hell. No, the same laptop the establishment media falsely reported as Russian disinformation. You don't fucking say. But let's get to the institutional response on this, because yeah, that's nice. CNN and WAPO were finally fucking admitting reality is in fact the truth. What's gonna be done about this, right? Well, chuck your asses, Grassley. He's out here and part of a group of senators that are releasing records showing payments to Hunter Biden from China. This could be a problem. This could be a big fucking problem. Newly released bank records show that payments were made to President Joe Biden's son from Chinese Communist Party-linked company. Senator Chuck Grassley and Ron Johnson. You guys with 300 years of experience in the Senate? Nah, I'm just kidding. They're good guys. They're great guys. We're just joking around here. Presented the records on the Senate floor on Marches. That's not how that works. On March 28th and 29th. One showed a wire payment of $100,000 to Owasco. Is that like a Costco offshoot? One of Hunter's firms, and CEFC China Energy, the now defunct company closely associated with the Chinese regime. Yeah, that was run by that guy that we can't find right now. I'm sure he's doing really well. Another show to wire transfer of $5 million to Hudson West, another one of Hunter's shell companies, a company Hunter Biden invested in and managed from a northern international capital. These all sound like very real, very legitimate businesses. A business that partnered with CEFC. A contract also made public by the senators showed $500,000 went to Hunter Biden as a one-time retainer fee. Listen, okay, if you just like to show up to some of our meetings every once in a while, that'd be great. Here's $500,000, and if you decide to, pick up a paintbrush later in life, we could really use one of your paintings. I'm sure they'll be worth just as much. Two others showed a $1 million payment made to Hudson West by CEFC and a transfer of $1 million to Hudson West to Owasco. As you can see, it's like one of those fucking street corner shell games, right? And it's like, here's the money, and let's just eventually start moving it all around and realize that the ball isn't in fact under one of those cups, it's in Hunter's mouth. The receipts are just some of the records that undeniably show strong links between the Biden family and communist China. Well, it's just his son. How exactly and why exactly are they paying him all this money? Not for his expertise, but unfortunately because of his surname that's out there. Hunter Biden's lawyer didn't respond to requests from the Epoch Times because he's too busy pouring gasoline in his office. For years, Grassley and Johnson have been probing Hunter Biden, like several other people, but they're probably the most distinguished people to do as much, who is under federal investigation, producing a report in 2020 that exposed the connections between the younger Biden and Chinese nationals' connection to the Chinese regime and military. I think we went over that at the time. It's probably in the playlist that you're going to see at the end of the video as well. Feel free to peruse that as well. Among them is Yi Jianming, Chinese oil tycoon who founded CEFC. That's the guy I was referring to earlier. Yi was put under investigation by Chinese authorities in 2018 and hasn't been seen since then. Like I said, luxury apartment, penthouse suite in Beijing. Don't worry about him. He's doing probably great. Senators discovered that Hunter Biden made millions from Yi and his company, and millions more from Dong Gongwen, a financier and business associate of Yi, a big boy, to say the least. Messages later obtained by the Epoch Times show Hunter Biden had a close relationship with Yi. How close was it? Including being the first guest at Chinese businessman's new apartment. Very honorable. While other messages listed Joe Biden and Dong as office mates. And to be fair to Joe, though, I don't think he was the one who set any of that stuff up. It probably wasn't even his decision. But after he seen the name Biden and Dong on the door, he just had to chuckle to himself and didn't want to lose the office mate. Andrew Bates, who at the time was representing Joe Biden's campaign, claimed the Senate report was using tax dollars to launch an attack founded on a disproven. I was going to say disproven. Those aren't words. A hardcore right-wing conspiracy theory. Bates is now a White House spokesperson. Cool. How do you explain that now, Andrew? How do you explain that now? Well, here's the thing. Here's what they're doing. They're not. They're just bald-faced lying to you about this or ignoring it. Because what did Jen Psaki have to say about this? Remember, she was another one of those, it's Russian disinformation. Sure to, sweetheart. And then a couple of days ago, or about a week ago, whenever this resurfaced, anyways, what was her statement? Oh, we don't remark on the business dealings of Hunter, the president's son. Okay, he has no affiliation with the White House, and any remarks that you have for him can be directed to his counsel. So they're trying to distance themselves from a guy who made millions. Okay, and you could just also surmise the fact that Joe probably profited off this stuff as well. That's why these investigations are going to be important, and if the Republicans aren't fucking spineless, which is a big goddamn if, bolded, underlined, italicized in big flashing fucking letters, if they aren't fucking cucks. This is what they do if they want to impeach Biden, right? Okay, because this isn't going to be one of those, Trump made a phone call, we're going to have to impeach him. Phone call to Ukraine, making a lot more sense, huh? Why they're so sensitive when it comes to all of those goings on in Eastern Europe. And then, the insurrection, right? What are you actually charging him with in impeachment? High crimes and misdemeanors. Well, you have actual treasonous fucking behavior here, okay, of a guy using his office, okay? Using his office and ransoming off access to that This is shit that was speculated on from the Clintons, from all of those fucking years ago, from the Obamas, okay? You could just see that all playing out right now, especially when it came to Jussie Smollett, okay? You remember famous French actor who managed to, after 5 hard days of fucking prison life, managed to get out after a phone call from Michelle Obama, paying off and using all of that influence. And of course, the fucking black sheep, you know, the sheep with the fucking helmet in the Democratic establishment, they're the ones to slip up and get caught. Fucking go figure. But we'll see where this goes from here. And I got more content over the weekend when it comes to this laptop because, hey, I don't know if anybody cares about it, but I find it incredibly important. And we might as well lay the foundation, kind of like how the media networks are going to be. But they're looking forward to the future on this. And I just want to see what happens when it comes to the investigations that, of course, if Republicans decide to grow a spine, which is, I don't know, man. Where do you want to put that? High single digits, low double digits, somewhere in that. But anyways, with all of that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.